you're anything like me, then you remember the 2019 Brooklyn Nets very fondly. A very fun team of good role players and young guys that overachieved and went to the playoffs. They never land guys like Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving if they don't have the season they did in 2019. But despite being known for role players and a fun bench, that team did have one All-Star, D'Angelo Russell. The then 22-year-old point guard broke out in year 4, averaging 21 points and 7 assists, while shooting nearly 10 3-point attempts per game. He was the leader of the team and became known for his ice in my veins celebration after many clutch shots. He looked like a star, one of the best guards in the Eastern Conference and a potential face of the franchise in Brooklyn. But when the team got the chance to bring in big stars in free agency the next summer, they did, and kicked D'Lo to the curb in the process. He's had up and down stops in Golden State, Minnesota, and Los Angeles in the 5+ years since. I think you could make an argument last year was his best one, averaging 18 points and 6 assists while shooting a career-best 42% from 3 on 7 attempts per game. But this week, he was traded back to Brooklyn in a deal that landed the Lakers' Dorian Finney-Smith. The former face of the franchise was finally returning home, and doing so in his prime at 28 years old. There were some rumors of a potential buyout, but that didn't happen, and he had his return game on Wednesday night. The Nets did lose the game, but that was no thanks to D'Lo. He finished with 22 points and 8 assists on a blistering 69% from the field. He looked confident and comfortable, getting to his spots and hitting them as well as finding his teammates. Brooklyn D'Angelo Russell is back. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get more into the return of D'Lo to Brooklyn, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched it before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. With 4:35 remaining in the first quarter of the Nets' 130-113 loss to the Toronto Raptors on Wednesday, D'Angelo Russell stepped onto the Scotiabank Arena court for the first time with his new team. Yet, the scene felt strangely familiar. The 28-year-old repeatedly patted his head to ensure his braided bun was secure. He paused just past half court for a brief exchange with Cam Johnson, who pointed out exactly where his new teammate needed to position himself. It marked Russell's first appearance in a Brooklyn uniform since April of 2019, during a first-round playoff series against the Philadelphia 76ers. Back then, Ben Simmons was an all-star for Philadelphia. Russell's history with Simmons dates back to their high school days at Montford Academy. But now, surrounded by new teammates and with minimal practice time, Russell made his 2025 Nets debut north of the border. And what a debut it was. Russell found his rhythm almost immediately. After a quick turnover upon checking in for Simmons, he redeemed himself moments later with a pull-up three-pointer, followed by a steal and a layup in transition. His impact was felt instantly. The Nets closed the first quarter on a 15-8 run after Russell checked in, carrying a 33-26 lead in the second. In just 5 minutes of action, D'Lo tallied 7 points, 2 assists, and a steal, energizing a Brooklyn squad that shot 52.2% in the opening frame. His smooth shooting and transition play set the tone for what would be a standout performance. By halftime, D'Lo had accumulated 16 points, matching his second highest scoring half of the season. The Raptors struggled to disrupt his deliberate pace. He finished the game with 22 points on 9 of 13 shooting, adding 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal in just 26 minutes off the bench. It marked his 4th 20-point game of the season. Fueled by his strong play, Brooklyn's bench outscored Toronto's reserves 49-28. Cam Johnson contributed 24 points, including 3 3-pointers, while Nick Claxton added 16 points and 10 boards. Keon Johnson extended his career-best streak of double-digit scoring games to 5 with 17 points. However, Toronto proved just too efficient, shooting 59% from the field. Scotty Barnes led the way with 33 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists, helping the Raptors outscore the Nets 36-22 in the fourth quarter to secure the win. Injuries also plagued Brooklyn. Noah Clowney left late in the third quarter with a lower back injury, while Maxwell Lewis, acquired alongside Russell, played just 1 minute before suffering an apparent left knee injury. The loss dropped the Nets to 12-21, their third consecutive defeat. Russell's integration into the lineup will be intriguing to watch moving forward. Brooklyn acquired 3 second-round picks in the trade for D'Lo, enhancing their long-term assets. But if the goal is to prioritize the 2025 NBA draft lottery, D'Lo's talent could complicate that strategy. Although the Nets were only +2 with him on the floor, his presence consistently shifted momentum in their favor. As a proven floor raiser, he brings energy and excitement to the team. With his contract expiring this offseason, Russell has every incentive to elevate his play, potentially boosting his trade value before the February 6th deadline. No matter the Nets' broader plans, Russell's motivation to perform at his best is clear. D'Angelo Russell's return to Brooklyn is a story of unfinished business. A former franchise cornerstone coming back to where his star first began to rise. While the Nets may be in a rebuilding phase, Russell's presence offers a glimpse of excitement, nostalgia, and hope for what's to come. Whether his journey with the team is a stepping stone toward greater opportunities or the start of a new chapter in Brooklyn, one thing is clear: D'Lo still has that ice in his veins magic. Watching him carve his place in this team once again will be as thrilling as it is unpredictable. Brooklyn D'Angelo Russell is back, and basketball fans everywhere should be paying attention. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.